The title of this video doesn't need much of an explanation, but what I will say is, if you have children around, you might want to tell them to leave the room. So, it's a bright sunny day in New York City. I finished, let's just say I was engaging in some Caligula shit with some females, right? So anyhow, I'm in New York City. I finished dropping the shorties off, and come to find out, I'm geeked up. I'm happy. I just watched some shit on the internet, and I think this one kid, he gave me a shout out or something like that, and I gave the love back, So I got on the internet, said, yeah, I heard this kid named Brujo out here, saying he doing his thing. So, yeah, and that was that. Then this kid reaches out to me. At the time, listen, I'm with a female at the moment, and she's like, yo, give this kid a chance. Now, I don't know what it was, but I listened to her and I gave in. Cause this kid was like reaching out to me for like, okay, an interview or so. All right, so I thought about it whatsoever, and I gave him a okay on that. Now, mind you, I forgot about this kid because previously, I'll explain that I actually spoke to him previously, like before. Now we can say that was a couple of years ago, but anyhow, now mind you, I'm with my chick, I'm listening to her and shit like that, and okay, so bet. We do an interview. Now, this interview goes fairly well, but in the midst of the interview, I was a little somewhat annoyed because this character was more of pressing for spiritual war conversations and shit like that. Like, I'm here to interview. I'm not here to, just to, focus on war. If anything, I'm trying to change, change my lane. Like, I'm trying to get out of that, that dark shit. I'm trying to become more, social. So this kid want to stay on that. So anyway, the interview goes down, and it was what it was. It was a great interview and shit like that. I think his channel grew like 2,000 subscribers after that interview and shit. So it was what it was, man. Now I had an ex chick that I was fucking with on the side. So so I tell her, yo, this kid so and so, and she tells me, yeah, I've been following them for years and stuff like that. And she told me, yeah, some shit like that, and she told me that this dude was reaching out to me in the past, and but he said that I was more into women and shit, like I didn't really fuck with dudes like that, so I'm like, okay, I hear her out, so she tells me that and shit, and I'm like, who the fuck is this cat, then I go back and look at my history, and I realized this dude actually hit me up in the past. He hit me up on numerous occasions, looking for an interview. But where I was in the past was like, yo, this dude's on some kumbaya shit. He's on some, Afrocentric, back to Africa shit. So I didn't even want that. I didn't even want that even associated with my brand. Like I just straight up Afrocentric. Hotep shit. So I was like, that's what it was. Like I said, I got with a new chick. This chick was on some kumbaya shit, love the world, like, yo, give this motherfucker a chance, anyhow, I finished doing the interview, back to that story. So I seen that, well, actually I'm jumping, but anyway, time goes on, dude hits me up with an offer or something of that sort, right? And it was like to collab on some business or some shit like that, And I said, nah, I work alone, yeah, I still got the text messages today, but I'm not gonna, go through those shits and, find and post some shits. But yeah, he wanted to do some business. And I was like, nah, man, like, I got my own team, I got my own, group, whatever, and I didn't want to get, shit just messy like that. Cause it's like, we do some private shit. I don't need people putting my business out on the air and shit like that. So I was like, nah, So it was cool. I thought nothing of it, anyhow, I'm doing my studies in astrology at the moment, and some apparent reason, there's certain things that didn't sit right with what I was doing. So I made some posts. This kid was following me online, and I made some posts and shit, and I guess he took offense to it, So it was about astrology. I guess he had his own astrology shit going on. And what I was saying, you know, I guess it went contrary to what he had going on, you know? So anyhow, I started seeing him sneak dissing, you know, saying some, you know, things online. And a lot of people took it as being disrespectful. Like, you know, okay. So I asked him one question, you know what I'm saying? I asked him, you know, if that's the case, what position is the sun in at the moment, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get too much in detail about that because it was something about that line, you know, just talking about how 2,000 years ago, you know, the way the planets was aligned, you know, I was saying that the planets are not in the same position today. So that was my argument. So anyway, he never responded. You know, he started, you know, responding back with some funny memes and some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, the ex that I was telling you about, weeks later, I guess she heard that me and this cat, you know, we had a little feud going on. He invites her on a show, right? And I guess it was to slight me or some shit. I still haven't watched the interview today, but I heard this chick start saying some wild ass shit, talking about, you know, say I went to commit suicide. I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really care much about it, but the point that really upset me was the fact that the bitch put it out there that I was fucking her while I was with my new bitch. You know what I'm saying? See, they say hell had no fury like a woman scorned, right? So listen, the thing was, I stopped fucking with this bitch because she was jealous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, what they call it, étoile? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I stopped fucking with her because she was mad jealous, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just stopped fucking with her. I leveled up, got me a new bitch, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was what it was. And I guess she got mad because she seen me with the new bitch in Miami, you know what I'm saying? We traveling, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm going place, I'm traveling with her. You know what I'm saying? So she get mad. Like, this nigga never took me out and I live with the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So that shit right there was like, yo, yeah, so she did what she did. So for me, ex-girlfriend find out about the shit, she on some, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Then she starts putting the pieces together. Oh, you was fucking this bitch while you was fucking me. Oh, shit. You Mickey Mouse ass nigga. I love this motherfucking bitch right here. And you do that dumbass shit? Okay, cool. So I'm like, all right, okay, cool. So you playing Mickey Mouse games. You say, I'm thinking you supposed to be a Brujo. You supposed to be a sorcerer, but you doing motherfucking Mickey Mouse ass shit. You doing motherfucking interviews. I'm thinking it's about to be some spiritual war. You about to do some shit. And you know what? It was what it was. He just interviewed everybody like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? Cause people looking at this bitch on this nigga channel like, nigga, you done leveled this bitch up and this bitch get on the internet and do this goofy ass shit? Cause most people saw that she was making mad money. I put her on. This bitch was making thousands of fucking dollars. The first week she came on, she made about $2,000. So, took care of her, bought a Gucci, bought her all this type of nice shit, put money in a bitch. But you know, I guess when a bitch feelings hurt, they gonna do what they gonna do. So anyhow, I'm like, we gonna correct this. Old girl, oh, we gonna correct this big time. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I'm vexed. This bitch done did some Mickey Mouse ass shit. She done fucked my relationship up. So I'm like, okay, cool. So this is what we about to do. Anyhow, in the midst of this, I get a phone call. And this female's like, yo, the shit that this bitch said about you is nothing in comparison what I have to tell you. She said she's girlfriend. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What? I'm like, what are you talking about? You're his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And she breaks down to me that this motherfucker is a psychopath. Like all this flaunting on the internet, like this motherfucker is a holier than thou motherfucker. She said, do not believe the hype. She started breaking down how this motherfucker was a physically abusive motherfucker. She even, man, I'm telling you, here it goes. So anyhow, she says she wants to do an interview with me. I'm like, okay, you want to do an interview? All right, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we make arrangements for that interview, and I'm like, okay, cool. So we doing the interview, and she says some crazy shit from this guy, because he's flaunting on the internet like he got it like that. You know what I'm saying? He making money. You know what I'm saying? And you know I'm just saying, he making it seem like he live in a house, that he own the house and all this type of shit. Like, I'm just saying, this guy on the internet capping. You know what I'm saying? Capping. You know, anyhow, she says this guy, holes in his walls. She says, you know, he said it was from a previous relationship. Like, I'm like, in my mind, what? This dude got holes in the wall in his house? Nah, that's not, no. He said from his previous relationship, that was a woman who did that. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's not, what? Women don't punch holes in walls. That's a man's doing. So I'm saying that in my mind. So anyhow, she breaks down some graphic shit that one day she walked in the room, she saw blood on her baby's pillow. And she said the dude punched her 1-year-old child in the mouth. I'm like, what type of motherfucker am I dealing with? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold the fuck up. So in the midst of all this shit going on, this nigga out here punching babies in the mouth? What? You know what I'm saying? This shit was like, this shit was mind blowing. Cause the motherfucker, you think that he's sane. But prior to that, let's not forget, I told you, we gotta take care of something. You know what I'm saying? So on the surface, it is what it is. But listen, I said we had to take care of something. You know what I'm saying? So that was what it was. So the interview comes out. I can only imagine how a dude feels, because you done made a whole audience think that you're holier than thou and you're you're God's gift to women. And then come to find out, you know what I'm saying, you got this one woman coming out in here talking about you punched her 1-year-old child in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? Then he gets up online and talk about, you know, I was just disciplining the child. What kind of discipline is that? How can you even explain that? You punched a 1-year-old child in the mouth. A 1-year-old child can't even fucking think. So anyhow, like I said that we had to teach old girl a lesson. But in the meaning of teaching old girl a lesson after that interview, we also took care of the main culprit. So the rage that old boy was exhibiting, we already know that's not that's definitely not normal. That was not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at old boy from back in the day, how he was reacting, and then you look at him today, this was a completely different individual in such a short amount of time period. I would say in a 3 to 4 month time period, this situation occurred. Old girl, this étoile girl, you know what I'm saying, the girl that I was fucking with, you know what I'm saying, you know, side bitch, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's an ex-girlfriend, I mean, I don't know what to call her and shit. So anyhow, she pops up on the net, talk about, oh, this motherfucker done Brujo on me, he did voodoo on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know he working. She talking about she homeless and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, she get up on the internet talking about, you know what I'm saying, she homeless and this and that. You know what I'm saying? She know I'm doing brujeria and I'm doing magie. You know what I'm saying? She like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's doing voodoo on me and shit like that. What? You know what I'm saying? She said she lost her place, whatever. I don't know what the fuck this bitch was talking about, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, the bitch ended up reaching out to me, I think months later, some shit like that. Now, I told y'all, we had to address the situation. So my thing was, I'm not taking this bitch off of you until you come back and you make it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You can read between the lines of what I'm saying. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So months later, she make it right. You know what I'm saying? She make it right. That fuck ass, goofy ass shit you did, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make it right some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So she made it right. So I showed her, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, we took what we put on you, we took it off. We sent her pictures to let her know that, yo, you free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you free. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you did what you did and this is what it is. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we got a history together. So this was more of in a sense of, bitch, I done warned you before. I told you, this internet shit, stay the fuck off. But, you know what I'm saying, this time around, she ain't want to hear a motherfucker. So, you know, it was what it was. We had to come down and shit got real. She even complained about, you know what I'm saying, you know, her father ended up in a hospital, you know what I'm saying, close to a coma. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, shit. Pain sends a message to the brain sometimes. So she definitely got on the internet, you know what I'm saying, made things right. And she also made things right behind the scenes too. But anyhow, you know what I'm saying? So she went about her business, you know what I'm saying? We never ever spoke again after that. You know what I'm saying? Cool shit. I think really the end, I guess the reason was because she wanted me to fire somebody that was loyal to me, right? And that's why we have Dra going out here today. You know what I'm saying? This girl wanted me to fire her so she could have her old position back. And I'm like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess she figured, well, fuck it. I done fucked everything up. You know what I'm saying? He don't want me part of his, you know, crew anymore. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? She got X'd out and Dragona became like the permanent person on the team. You know what I'm saying? So took her place, you know what I'm saying? So that's what that was, you know? But anyhow, the fuckery didn't stop there. It didn't stop there. It did not stop there because we about to bring another motherfucker into the chat. Ashera, Star Goddess. I like to refer to her as Shanika 7. So anyhow, after this interview, after this scenario where old girl gets online, she apologizes for what she did, she made things right. There was another female that came out of nowhere, right? But Ashera Star Guy is going to come into this later. One day I'm at home chilling, and then all of a sudden, my phone rings. Somebody hits me up like, yo, there's this female, she was raped by this kid named, you know what I'm saying, King Brujo, right? So I'm like, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? He says, yo, you should talk to her, interview her, you know what I'm saying? She'll give you all the details. So again, later on, this dude became a bitch, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna mention his name because we ain't gonna give this guy no views. So anyhow, she ended up reaching out to me, we end up speaking. And she explains that this dude went out with her and she was giving all types of details, talking about this dude looked sick, he looked out of his mind and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Now this is something that was like known. People were looking on the internet like, yo, this dude slumped over, this nigga looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, like I said, we had to address the situation. So he looking crazy. Now, I'm thinking this is me, but she telling me like, yo, she would be like, yo, this motherfucker does not do drugs and he looking like, you know what I'm saying, a dope fiend. He looking like he slumped over and like he out of his mind and some shit. So anyhow, she's like, this dude don't do no drugs whatsoever. So anyhow, she ends up going out with this dude and she ended up passing out, you know, she had a couple of drinks, she smoked some weed and shit like that, and she ended up passing out. And she says she wake up, she finds this nigga inside of her and on top of her. She goes to file a police report and everything. You know what I'm saying? This guy gets up online trying to say, oh, this is a fake police report and this and that, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? The girl even made a video, she even came out on the internet talking about how he did what he did to her, you know what I'm saying? Now, what became of that, I have no idea, you know what I'm saying? I have no idea, I didn't follow up with that case and shit, but anyhow, that hits the internet. This motherfucker, oh my God, this motherfucker gets ghosts from the internet, he goes into hiding, he goes in seclusion whatsoever. Then months later you hear him pop up on the internet talking about, oh, you know, yeah, you know, there's a fake docket, it's a fake whatever police report and shit like that. But anyhow, This is a manifestation to me. This is shit fucking with old boy's mind. Because you went from a sane motherfucker to punching a 1-year-old child in the mouth of that allegation to this allegation of a woman saying that you SA'd her. So now, what happens from here? What happens from here? I get a copyright strike on YouTube from Ashera Star Goddess. Yeah, Shanika7 has just entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. So anyhow, I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is from an interview. Because if you go and look at it right now, you go on Ashera Star Goddess channel, you go look back at an interview she did with me. That video should still be up there. This was an interview that was done probably like 9-10 years ago. Now, when I got the copyright strike was 8 years later, right? I had that video on my channel for like 8-something years, and I get a copyright strike. What? So I'm like, yo, I reach out to her. She says, oh, that was a mistake. How the fuck is that a mistake? It takes about 10 minutes to make a copyright strike, and you gotta put in every detail manually. Next day, I get a notification, 4 to 5 copyright strikes from this goofy over here named Brujo, right? So I'm like, because I didn't know all this copyright shit back in the day. I was just a person out here doing spell work, you know, say making my money. And here goes these Mickey Mouse goofy motherfuckers playing these internet game shit with me. I'm like, I'm an amateur. I'm just posting content. I don't even give a fuck. I'm wild as hell. But in the midst of that, weeks prior to that, I had got a community strike. A community strike. I'm like, in 8 years, I never got a community strike for content. And all of a sudden, now I'm getting it. So a week prior, I'm saying to my girl at the time, like, yo, that something to do with it. I don't know what it was, but I just felt like he had something to do with it, but I couldn't prove it. Then, with the Ashera shit, I get a notification from YouTube. They showed the name, they showed who put the copyright strike on me and everything. And then on top of that, yo, this kid here next, right? I get 3 to 4 copyright strikes from this kid, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm like, They show who put the copyright strike out there and everything. So I'm like, you motherfuckers is working behind the scenes. You motherfuckers are like this. But y'all making it seem like y'all have nothing to do with one another. Okay, so I peep game like a motherfucking turtle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what it was. That was the end of that chapter. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta go much more into details, but you already know. But this was the beginning of a new cycle. But let's just say that channel went down under, it was done with, finito, finished. So, from there, old boy tried to cover the truth because it was too much for him. The allegations of a woman saying that, you say, you did this, you did that to me. Another woman saying, you did this to my kid. So what happens? We re-upload them motherfuckers. We make them shits go super viral. You say, nah, we're gonna help you out. We're gonna make those go super viral. Not only that, I heard motherfuckers mysteriously posted 5,000 police reports on a block that he lived at. God damn. I don't know what happened. I'm all the way here in Jersey. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But I heard that somebody went over there and passed around 5,000 flyers in the community where he lived at. So I'm like, what the hell happened, yo? That shit's crazy. How the fuck did that happen? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, oh boy, I hear he moves outside the house. You know what I'm saying? He moves from the house that he was in whatsoever. But now, this guy, he goes into seclusion. Now he pops up on the internet with 2 new women. You know what I'm saying? He pops up on the internet and say my wives and this and that, you know what I'm saying? So now, here it goes. I'm on a vendetta. Now mind you, I'm on some, boy, any motherfucker you post up with, it's not gonna work for you. This is what I'm saying in my mind. Now, why did I say that? I can't tell y'all. You know what I'm saying? But it's just mysterious that every woman he popped up on the internet with, they end up leaving or it end up being some crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But prior to those 2 women he posted up with, he was posting up his dark-skinned female to my she's loyal, this and that, you know what I'm saying? And you know what? She ended up leaving. You know what I'm saying? So now he has 2 women. Oh. So I'm on some, you cost me one, you cost me a relationship that I really valued, I'm gonna cost you every relationship you get into. Any woman I see you post up on the internet is that. So come to find out, dude gets with these 2 women. He's bragging about these women online like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I'm in a relationship, yeah, you know what I'm saying? My wife's posting them up and shit like that. This motherfucker cheesing, he happy, this and that, you know what I'm saying? So I speak to my people, let's take care of that, you know what I'm saying? So come to find out, months down the line, we hear that they have a big explosion in the house, a big fight goes on between one of the women he with. You know what I'm saying? I think her name was Voodoo or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Nuwu. And it was a fight. This dude was physically abusing her, psychopathic shit. And then she ended up turning up on him. She, unlike all the other women, she ended up turning up on him. She ended up blacking his boy eye and the whole 9. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, this boy going through hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, past 3 years, this boy going ups and downs, this and that, man, from house to house, location to location, women to leaving, all this type of shit. Then this boy, he has a black eye and the whole 9. Pops up on the internet, I'm seeing, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, in 3 years time period, I'm leveling up. You know what I'm saying? You did that Mickey Mouse ass shit, and look at me, man, I'm living my best life. But here you go, you can't even live a stable life. So she does the interview, she talks about this dude, he's a head butter, abuser, and again, this is the type of shit you see online. Motherfuckers be acting like, you know what I'm saying, they the savior of the world and shit like that, and they got a whole bunch of bullshit going on behind the scenes. So, old girl, you know, it ended up getting to some domestic violence shit. She ended up leaving this, I'm telling you, she talking about this dude, he's a head butter for stupid shit. Then they nigga talking about if you leave, you're gonna die and stuff like that. Talking crazy, yo, cult leader shit. You know what I'm saying? So, anyhow, she leaves. I think this was in the midst of him going to Africa or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was like the boy looked like he had some type of AIDS or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck it was. But old boy, he looked like he was sick, man. Like, man, this boy went through so much changes and it's like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, again, there's pictures that people was posting online. You know, this dude head all big and shit, body all skinny and shit. That shit was just crazy, you know what I'm saying? So, that girl left and it seemed like, you know, today, it's like, man, dude is living a monogamous life now. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not into polygamy anymore. He's living a monogamous life. But the last thing I heard of this boy was that he moved to Africa. You know what I'm saying? Some people say that he's running from something. I don't know what it is. But this dude has not had a stable life in 3 years. Watching this guy's, you know, life and, you know, seeing things and hearing things from other people, you know, he hasn't had a stable life. You know, now he's in the third world country, you know, in the slums in the third world country. You would think, why would you move to a third world country? If you're living in, you know, America, the country that everybody wants to come to, why would you leave America to go live in a third world country? Some people believe it's voodoo that's been placed on him that got him out of his fucking mind. I don't know. Maybe you guys can give your opinions down below as to why you think, you know, an individual would do something of that sort. But now, many people are wondering, or probably wondering, what is the moral of the story? Well, I'm gonna say this. If you're an internet spiritualist, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? If you're into like this internet, oh, I'm doing my research, like listen, there's people in this industry that's really about that life. You know what I'm saying? While you out here thinking that you're gonna do this internet, this internet shit, there's some people that's not gonna do that internet shit with you. There's people that will really do something to you, and your life will be up and down. Like, I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? There's people out here that's gonna do some shit to you. And you know, you while you on the internet talking, your life is gonna be crumbling away. And it's not gonna make sense to the people viewing. You can make up whatever lies you want to, but you and that person know what's going on. So listen, cut the beefing out, and I say this to a lot of people, especially when you know a motherfucker's a Mickey Mouse motherfucker. Don't entertain them, because they're not that. What they do is get up on the internet and talk shit about people. They're not making any money, and then on top of that, when you respond to them, they want to hit, complaint buttons on you. They want to, say you're harassing them on the internet. They start with you, but then again, you dish out the beef with them, and now they want to, they want to get your video removed. So if you're a spiritualist and you're online and you try to start a business, when people say shit about you, leave it alone. Don't even entertain it. Just be the best that you can be, because what's going to happen is all that fuck shit they're saying about you, people are just going to basically throw that shit out the window and just focus on the content that you're doing to better their lives, So with that said,
one occasion, this was the deal breaker for me. This is when I started planning to leave. I'm taking a nap. I put my son down for a nap. He starts crying, hysterically screaming. I jump up out of my sleep to go check on him, and he's coming out of my baby's room. And I'm trying to get into the room. He closes the door behind him and says, mind you, my baby's 1 at the time. He's like, yeah, he's screaming, he's aggressive, and he has to know that nobody's gonna, come, every time he's crying or whatever. So just wait until he calms down or whatever, to go in there.
One second. So you took your child with you to move in with him?
Yes, ladies, don't ever do that shit. Don't fucking do it. It was dumb. Yes.
Okay. This is. Let me take a drink real quick. Hold on. I'm all ears. I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Okay. So I'm out of it. Mind you, I just woke up out of my sleep to the baby screaming or whatever. I go use the bathroom. I come back. The baby's quiet. He's in his room, laying down. I go in the baby's room. Now, normally, when I go into the baby's room, he's, standing up in his crib, jumping up and down, waiting for me to take him out the crib. In this case, he's still laying down when I open the door, and he's just like, Mama. So I walk over to my baby. He's still laying down. He still hasn't gotten up. And there's blood coming out of my baby's mouth.
What the fuck up?
There's so much blood. It's not a little bit of blood. There's so much blood coming out of my baby's mouth. I'm trying to find the source of it. So I'm wiping his mouth, opening his mouth up as wide as I can to see where this fucking blood is coming from. And I pick him up. I start screaming, what the fuck did you do to my baby? What the fuck did you do to my baby? And he's like, wait a minute. All I did was pop him. Don't fucking touch my baby. Why are you even touching my kid? Oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. I guess his mouth is just sensitive, but all I did was pop him. I'm sorry. I apologize. This and that. Mind you, sensitive, but all I did was pop him. I'm sorry. I apologize. This and that. Mind you, I'm in a whole nother state. I don't have any support. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know. I couldn't do what I wanted to do at that time. So, you know what I'm saying? You can only imagine what the fuck. Oh shit, I'm shaking right now.
Listen. Okay.
I get fucked up. I'm fucked up. I'm black. I blacked out off the edibles, off the drinks, right? Everything. And the next thing I remember is that I open my eyes and he's driving my car. I'm in the car, right? Seatbelt on. I don't know if I was high or what at first, But I kept saying, I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe, I don't feel safe. And he wasn't saying nothing. And I kept saying it. And I'm like, why are you not saying nothing? And I looked at him. He looked like a monster. I was high. Anyways, I black out again. Like, I go to sleep. Next thing I remember, I don't remember getting out the car. I don't remember if he got me out my car, got me in my house. And the next thing I know, he sexually assaulted me. And, you know, I'm getting him off of me, like, how did, you know, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And I'm drunk. Like, I'm blacked out. Like, I'm dead, you know? Like, I'm not coherent at all. And he took advantage of me, and I literally had to, like, kick him off me, like, get him off me. And he was upset about it. He was, like, actually really OD upset, like, to the point he said something, like, after I kicked him or whatever, and got in his car, and he left. And, you know, I don't remember the time frame because I deleted all the messages, to be honest with you, because I just wanted to forget this shit. And he hit me up trying to check on me, and I was like, nah, I'm straight, but you know what you did, like. And he was trying to play it off like he didn't do that. I'm like, you dead ass sexually assaulted me. You dead